Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to Not-so-Newbee Rumble 17, where today we shall start with the losers bracket. Unfortunately, I'm redoing this part because render distance mod broke on us, so also normal mod, no modded ocean, normal from the depths ocean. And yeah, before we get into it, that feeling I've had last week, last stream, last video, whatever, about catching a cold or whatever, that weird feeling in the back of my throat. Yeah, that feeling was completely right. I did indeed spend my entire last week in bed trying to get that cold to go away, just doing nothing. It's gotten better. I can finally kind of speak and live again. Actually went on a quite nice walk, but maybe we can talk about that later. And yeah, be warned, maybe there will be some coughing. I've put a limiter to keep the worst of it away, but maybe that noise limiter isn't going to catch everything. Now, with that out of the way, let us finally get into the battles. Sorry for all the people in stream waiting for like 50 minutes by this point. Yeah, first off, we've got the loafer against the launchpad 2. So, once again, pick out the loafer. Now we were going to already be running this battle, but since the render distance mod has failed us and the AIs were on strike, kind of, nothing happened, so I mean, hey, at least we found that out on the first battle. Now, the drones should be working. Yes, they are. The shuttles are flying. So finally, we can actually get to see the battle. The shuttles start their barrage of flames. However, the loafer is kind of very submerged. So I'm not so sure that fire is the play here. But hey, they're doing something. The launchpad is getting bullied.
Does it have oxidizer?
Sorry, what was it?
Does it have any oxidizer?
I'm not sure actually, I haven't checked the flamer setup. At least not since the last inspection. I don't think I did it during the inspection. But I don't see any fire below water, and I'm pretty sure they would have hit there at this point, so maybe not. Well, anyways, they're burning the superstructure on the loafer, they're burning the turret caps, they're burning the most important parts. Clearly, fire is still working. The loafer may at some point run into the problem of going too far away. Actually, no, it won't because the drones are there, but it just keeps on running. Melting. Surely it will stop running away eventually.
It may be targeting the closest vehicle instead of the biggest one.
Yeah, it certainly is doing that. Which, I mean, I don't think targeting would have done any difference here. It's basically
I mean the one that's using as reference for the maneuver.
Yeah, still, it really doesn't make much of a difference here. It's just cooked already. It's burned up in under 3 minutes. And yeah, it's already such low health that it's going to despawn here. So that was a very quick end. Well, with that one very quick fight to make up for all the long waiting, we can at least swiftly move on. I'll quickly give the points for the loafer. Not the loafer, the launchpad. Gotta do it right, of course. And we'll move on to the Void by Blackfire against the Solar Flare. BRM is in chat to witness this. There's the void. Don't have an angle on that thing, I guess. Do I? I do have an angle on that one. It's supposed to spawn at 30 degrees. And BRM I don't have an angle for, so... Now I just gotta find the vehicle. There it is, the solar flare. Now the solar flare... Oh, BRM has sent a ping. You did give me an angle. Oh yeah, 40 degrees. Why did I not write that down? There you go. Paper has failed me. I'm giving up on writing myself notes on paper. Here we go. Maybe I would have remembered, but for me it's kind of like illness also fucks with the memory, so maybe it's kind of bad as well. Now then, let us see what these two vehicles are doing. I think actually both of them are relatively low armor. BRM focusing a lot of firepower on the drones here, with the solar flare, which might come in handy for the void. But yeah, BRM's mostly firing the guns or focusing the guns on the drones. Well, actually slowing down quite a lot here. Which... Okay, there's one drone downed, two downed. Oh no, that one's coming back up. That looks like it's downed. And I think the last one's in a death spiral. So now BRM is focusing on the void. But there's shields, that helps a bit. There's some side armor, that also helps. But it's going straight for the main gun still. And there's exposed AVS parts. For the same spot? Yeah, kind of. It's still going for the same area. It is reloading, I think, kind of. Yeah. The solar flare has gone into reloading. It's down to 82%. It actually lost a turret. And it is not reloading, it is firing. I see some heat shells, which heat might be really dangerous for these parts here. Especially where the heavy armor is exposed, that heat can be deadly already. And I mean, this has completely been penetrated, so that wasn't the heat, but... Like, yeah, the heat could definitely just kill these turrets outright here. Actually, there's some APS parts. That was probably the heat's work. Blackfire is still in it here. The loss of the drones has put them back a bit, but they are leading on health. I think that's another turret gone for BRM. Down to one. And there's some shells flying towards that one turret right now. I think one barrel has been knocked out. Yeah. So that early focus on the drones was probably what got the solar flare. I'm not gonna say it would have won if it didn't do that, but it definitely costed a lot of time. Now, surely it's just on reload. It is not just on reload. I retract that statement. And in fact, it has lost all weapons.
Caster curse. Caster curse.
Yeah, that's the
Please,
tournament
please
host's
don't
cursed.
say, please don't say anything good about my ships.
I shall remain silent for the rest of this stream, clearly. Well, another very quick fight here. Sorry for jinxing it, VRM. I am very, very sorry. And yeah, shields coming in real clutch there for the Void. Shields against kinetic APS, absolutely insane. Very much so necessary. Now then, let us move on to the Blazing Barrage, which got sent down early against the Fire Carp, going up against the Squirrel carrier. Let's see how that goes. The Blazing Barrage does have some AA, so the carrier might not take this as a free win. I do have a spawn angle for the Blazing Barrage. I have written that down.
Oh, it's 0.4 over materials.
I mean, 0.4, I really don't care about that much. You don't actually see it when you're looking at the normal cost, so as long as this one says 300,000, I'm fine with it. Now, going up against the Squirrel carrier. There it is. Which I don't have any angles for, so here you go. Stick with the ship for now. Oh, that's our miss. But it's going to go on target now. Both the jets on the carrier have gained some DQ points here. Which, I mean, might come in troubling them later, but still, there is already some AA guns here opening up, so maybe they'll do something. Also, the wall of diff on each side might be helping out here a bit. Let's go over and look at the Squirrel carrier, see how bad it's suffering. Which, I mean, it's got some fire, but so far it's nothing too big. Actually, let's stick with it for a second here. Just see what's falling out of it here. Some initial warners. I do remember some of those shells on the Blazing Barrage being like hash. So, in theory, they should be capable of just randomly killing a turret here. Or maybe my memory is also just trolling me again though, so do not take my word, especially not at this point in time. One of the missile jet has taken quite substantial damage. 85% is pretty bad. Oh wait, I thought they were ramming here for a second. It's gotta be this one that's taking all that damage. Like, look at the side here, the jet's exposed and everything. That is painful. Certainly. But it's still flying. And it probably still has both rockets as well. Missiles. I mean, they are guided after all. Oh, here it goes, taking more damage. Somehow this is also the only missile jet being targeted. The other one's not being shot at as much. Squirrel carrier taking more damage. It is burning, it has less turret here in front, and I saw the hash fragments. I have been right. God bless, my memory isn't quite entirely cooked. Would have been bad if I really just had no memory of anything that happened in the last few weeks, because, you know, I've had this week to just laze around. I've had vacation this week anyways, so it really didn't matter if I was ill or not, but... Next week? Oh boy! 4 out of 5 days I have an exam. And I definitely need to be using the things I've learned in the weeks before that to pass those exams. But yeah, surely that'll work. The exams have been easy so far. And like, apart from the issue of me just straight up failing to write fast enough, which we have a teacher that just makes exams so long that he says, oh yeah, you're not even supposed to finish everything during the time you've got, during the 90 minutes you get. You're not supposed to finish everything, that's the entire thing. Like, what's the purpose then? How are you supposed to even get a good grade if you're not even supposed to finish the entire exam? Anyways, that rant out of the way. It is looking like the Squirrel carrier has been more or less completely disarmed here, itself at least. The 2 missile jets may not be completely killed yet, though. Do you have missiles? Actually,
Have we seen any? We should we should be on the lookout at if the divs always stop the missiles. Because it,
nope,
okay, I guess
does
not.
not always stop the missiles. That one just hit. Well, that was a very, very good jinx from your head there, creator. It wasn't me this time.
Your hands are
not at
clean.
fault. But yeah, the carrier itself is definitely going down. And really, it's just a matter of time until the jets both despawn. One of them is gaining DQ points as we speak. And that was that one over there, it's gone. And the lower health version is... It's circling us still. It's got rockets still, we've seen them here. But do they kill? Probably they will not do much at all. Now one of the Seaways guns actually got burned down. This one here has lost its barrel, it's basically useless. This one's probably on reload right now, which is why it isn't firing. That, or there is a jet circling too far away, but I think it's just reloading. Now, how's the Squirrel carrier looking? It's probably completely... Yeah, this side's completely beat up. We are changing over to this side now. Which is probably also going to get completely beat up and eventually disintegrated. This is quite a big hole here. At least it looks like quite a big hole until you realize that all of this is just supposed to be empty space. This is intentional. So it really isn't that big a hole. The actual roof above the internals is still intact. Look at that, there's some more missiles striking. Actually striking and killing one of the turret barrels. Oh god. Goodness gracious. Still, that alone is not enough.
Although, like, I have a reasonable... It's reasonably likely that the plane survives until the end, but it's definitely not going to get the required HP.
Yeah, it's definitely not killing, that's the thing. And I think we'll just call it a day here. Oh, hello, Blackfire. You come a bit too late to catch your own battle, but you win. I can jinx that. I can spoil that much.
Yes, it missile now hits the ammo compartment, which also houses the AI, and it explodes.
I don't think that's actually possible on this one here. Well, I think the AI and the ammo are very well separated. The AI is somewhere over here-ish?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw
it's
an
in
AI
here.
there.
It's in here.
I mean, if it's one AI, it could get struck, I guess, but we'll see. We'll
It's
see if our powers of coursing are powerful enough to power it loose.
It is very, very unlikely that that ever happens. I do wonder why the series still hasn't reloaded yet.
It may probably just
It may also just be dead. Okay, it may also just be dead. My bad.
like barring it losing materials or dequeuing, the plane's probably surviving.
Yeah, the plane
Then
is
again,
probably not dying, but I think we can end this battle here because, like, health-wise, the Squirrel carrier is either it's going to despawn or it isn't going to despawn. The Blazing Barrage is not going at down to 50% here.
that being said, we have had battles where Cram has sniped the Squirrel.
True, yeah, Cram has managed it, and these APS guns are basically Cram's. They have a faster reload, but still, they are basically Cram's with their shell speed. Wonder why they're holding fire at this point. Well, the Blazing Barrage is out of materials, but it probably... Yeah, we'll just call the battle here.
Actually, it might have actually run out of materials before.
But like it's...
Does it matter still?
Not sure if that would have mattered. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't have mattered much either way. The Blazing Barrage... Oh. So, yeah. Just save a minute here. I mean, my throat is still sore, so I'm kind of just trying to save some time, get this over with quick, and get the video uploaded, if I'm being honest. So let's very swiftly move through this. Onto the Contraption against the launch pad. Oh, BRM's got a headache. Wish you best of luck then. Goodbye. Now then, Contraption against Launchpad. Let's see how this goes. I am curious. Launchpad. Oh, there it is already. No need to search. Far and wide. It is here. The Contraption has had issues with just, you know, losing its turrets in these all of these battles, really. So let's see if it does this here again. I really hope it doesn't. Why have 3 of the 4 shuttles fallen into the water? You know what, we'll run it. And the helicopter takes off from the Contraption. This is the first. We haven't seen it do that yet. It always despawns itself by just taking collision damage, usually. Is this the first time we see the Contraption do well? No. No, it isn't. What are you aiming at? Oh. Okay.
How is that not despawning?
There he goes. It still has both turrets, which is amazing to me. We really haven't seen it do this much in combat yet. That is...
Ramming speed?
Oh, is this ramming speed time? Is it that time of the day? Oh. Finally, there goes one. And does the ram take the other? No, it doesn't. Okay. This is awkward. The carrier has successfully mounted the contraption. While the child is watching, no less. I mean, the creature. Naming a child creature is kind of wild, not gonna lie. Actually, where's it at? Let's just... Since we haven't had a thumbnail with the contraption yet, I'll just try to get a nice one here. And honestly, like, I know this is a really, really bad situation for the launch pad because somehow 3 of its 4 shuttles have managed to drown, but at this point we cannot blame a mod because I've uninstalled all mods. They cannot be at fault here. What happened to your fight, Blackfire? It went pretty well for you. You actually won. You can probably catch that fight in the video once it's uploaded. Oh, look at that. It's launching little missiles. That's cute. And then it's flying away again.
It's single small missiles.
Oh, that's that turret killed. But the contraption is in the lead, so we'll... It is no longer in the lead, never mind. It has lost its AI. EMP
Daskter
strikes again. Single block deck, by the way. Have you seen it despawn there? Yep, there we go.
We really need to stop talking.
Yeah. Although the air was dead before that, so... that wasn't my fault. Clearly. That's child murder for y'all. It's at 1.5%. So the launchpad, despite losing 3 of its thingies, still takes the win here. 3 of its shuttles, I mean. They're not things, maybe they have feelings too. But the contraption did get a chance to kind of show how it could have worked finally after all the fails in round 1 and round 2. And now, oh, this battle may actually be very fun. Stronghold against Creator of Some. Stronghold, for everybody that maybe hasn't seen it yet, by some miracle, has this thing, the Mega Kramus. The Mega Kramus is fun. I can say that
so
much.
The biggest cram versus the smallest cram in the tournament.
I don't think it's the smallest that you have. The loafer has some very, very small crams, like 500 packing.
So the smallest that is actually a weapon.
Now, what was the order?
Order
Aquamarine,
was,
Ruby, Emerald, right?
yes, with 400 spacing.
400 sideways. There we go. Let's get them going. Why was mean to the dragon? I'm sorry. I forgot to spawn that at an altitude. There we go, now it should work. Yes, indeed. Here goes the cram. Missing by a mile. Because it's cram. And, oh god. Please do not do a wheelie. It is not good for your health. You've tried this before. Why are you doing this to yourself? Maybe we need to... Maybe we need to give it this little spawn altitude. Stronghold said it doesn't do that in testing, so... I'm just trying to mimic what it should behave like. Yeah, there we go, that sits better. I don't remember it jumping out like that during the fight against BRM, so... I really don't know why it does the wheelie. But yeah, now it's fine, I think. It has gained some DQ points because it went too low into the water, actually. Oh god.
Has the Aquamarine and Ruby crashed?
It would seem so, yes. They have touched. They have touched tips.
Hmm.
Well, tip to ass, but... However, the Emerald has successfully survived an almost direct hit. Which, that's an achievement already. I don't know if the armor of the Mega Cramps is set up for this sort of... Oh, no, it isn't. I jinxed it, I'm sorry. I did it again. Says something, crap has fall out. Okay. Another near miss. Bobbing up and down in the water, coming in clutch right now. You see some parts falling and dropping out. Oh my god. How? Wait, where? Honestly, where?
That must be the AP heat.
Probably is, yeah, because like the outer armor isn't that thick, I think. But like, I'm just looking where in the gun the holes are going up. Okay, this is a hole. But this is in front. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, makes perfect sense, actually. It is definitely the AP heat here. Ouch. Stronghold takes another pot shot. Hitting. And absolutely nuking the Emerald. Killing 2 turrets. Never mind it AI killed.
Okay, the Mega Kramus certainly lives up to its name.
It's very hit or miss, but if it hits... Goddamn. Oh, there goes its AI, I think. Oh no, it's not AI dead, but it has lost control over its gun?
The weapon controller, I suppose?
Wait. Yeah, but the AI and the weapon are so close together that Brockdorf managed to snipe both last time, right? It's like...
Yeah.
Yeah, the weapon controller got clapped.
Lost the weapon controller.
It definitely got clapped. And isn't the AI like... It's gotta be somewhere in the same area, because the Brockdorf got both. Is it back here or something? Nah. Either way, it's basically unarmed. The dragon is gone. So, after losing the Emerald, Creator of Some does take the win here. Before the Mega Kramus could nuke another. Really unfortunate, I like the Mega Kramus. It's a fun thing. Fun design idea too. Like visually, I know the big boat bathtub isn't the most pleasing, but big cram is big cram. Now then, on to the Alkonost against Light of the World. This could turn into some bullying. Got the Alkonost here, which has its big pack. And, of course, we've got Light of the World over here with the Anaconda, the Python, and the little Viper. Let's see what it shoots first with its pack. It shot the Anaconda, dealing a grand total of 0 damage. Congratulations, you fucking missed. But we've seen better from this pack. Certainly. It is still on the Anaconda. I was worried it might turn against the little Viper and just evaporate it. First turn. First shot, basically. There we go, it shot again. This time, actually doing something. You can see some APS barrels in that. The little drones are swarming the Anaconda. Like, absolutely swarming it.
This back ship probably would have benefited from some breadboard, because if it had switched to impact for the small ship, it probably have a huge hole instead of piercing.
Yeah. Oh, it did impact this turret here, though. And it impacted it straight out of the Python. Which, that hurts. Also, I think it does actually switch between piercing and impact. I just really don't know when it does it. It's still on the... Oh no, it's back to the Viper.
Okay, it definitely seemed like an occasion where you'd use impact instead of piercing, but no.
Oh yeah, it's been using impact all the time. It would have probably benefited from piercing here against the Anaconda, though. Okay, it killed the engine, I think. And is this grabbing speed? Straight into the bay back here. Shoot him where it hurts. Okay, it's... No, not the... No! It's turned against the Viper. It hasn't done much, but it's tried. Poor Viper. Just gets bullied. Now the Alkonost, for those people that look up to the materials, you might see the Alkonost. It's almost out of materials already. Kind of does this, where it burns materials like crazy with that pack. It has just gained some more materials again somehow. Probably because something died here. One of its propeller helicopter thingies. It is also now moving away from Viper and Python. And like, it can't repair those, so they're just dead weight basically at this point. It just carries them with it as extra pack material. And I think the Python's about to leave us here. Say goodbye. Damn, the Viper tank's dead. The energy per shot must be really low now that the Viper actually just tanked that. The Anaconda is very beat up. Not sure if it has any functional weapons left, apart from the simple weapons, which, you know, simple weapons. Maybe the torpedoes, actually. Never mind the torpedoes. They are not, in fact, functional. There goes that turret finally. It's been disabled already, but it says goodbye now. And the Alkonost still at 10k mats. It missed, but it's still at 10k mats. I think these missiles have been knocked out as well, so they're not gonna be firing anything. So we've just got a waiting game now. So... Oh, I mentioned the walk earlier, and I guess I'll take the opportunity to just talk about that. So, like, after spending an entire week doing nothing of course, I do want to get my body to like be functional again. And what better way for that than a 7.5 kilometer walk that I just did right before this stream, actually, like an hour before. It did take me 1.5 hours, which I think for me is kind of bad time, honestly. I'm usually quicker than that. But it's not too bad still. What is bad though is that my feet actually hurt after that. They usually don't do that. For reference, like, usually I just say, fuck it, I'm walking 20 kilometers right now, no training, no nothing. Having your feet hurt after 7, when you usually do that, is quite unfortunate. And it's especially unfortunate since I want to go on a long hike with one of my friends during August, and we're gonna be walking 20 to 30 kilometers a day for 10 days. So my feet really should be taking that better than they have today.
It may just be that the illness is making you hypersensitive.
Yeah, probably is that. I sure hope it is, because I really do need to get that work done. I've at least like figured that I might as well walk every other day, like 5 kilometers or something. Usually I'd walk to work as well, but since I've got school right now, I'm not doing that anymore, so yeah, unfortunate that. Another thing I've noticed while walking, and like, I've been walking through essentially what by German standards is the middle of fucking nowhere, where you really don't even... I've been passed on my entire walk on actual active roads, by the way. I've passed like 5 people on a bicycle and exactly 1 car. The amount of trash you find along these roads I'm walking on, despite the low amount of traffic, is honestly disgusting. Why do people just have to throw that out and not carry it home with them, throw it into their bin like any reasonable person does? That's just, it annoys me. I actually go out with my dad and pick up the trash along these exact roads every 3-4 months or so. We actually do that, and it doesn't stop. There's always more. People just love littering for whatever reason. Be it laziness, be it just... I mean, the sort of stuff you find there is honestly crazy. We found entire weeks worth of groceries just thrown into the ditch there. Asbestos roof plates have been found there as well.
Like, was it out of date?
It didn't even look out of date. It was still entirely in a bag, everything packed away, but how do you bring a 5-kilo bag of groceries? Or even if it's just trash, why do you bring a 5-kilo bag of trash there instead of letting it get picked up by the...
Is it not agricultural surplus? Is it not agricultural surplus?
It's not. It wasn't agricultural stuff. It was like noodles and packaged sausages and whatnot.
Okay, that doesn't grow on trees.
No, it really does not grow on trees. It doesn't grow on the fields there either. The only thing that grows on the fields around those roads is grass. You could argue that the sausages might come from those fields because cows grazing there or whatever, but like, you don't get a packaged sausage out of a field. The cow has to be going through a lot of things before that. It doesn't live through very many of those things, but it has to go through them. But yeah, that's just kind of rant of the day there. Littering, really annoying. Also, a lot of McDonald's things. Like,
Never in 1,000 years would I have guessed that the Alkonost it would make it to the end of a round with materials on it.
True, that is another amazing thing, yeah, but... Yeah,
I
a lot
mean,
of
it's in power
McDonald's
saving
trash.
mode, but still.
It is, yeah, it's kind of harvesting materials as it goes, just from its own minions and its own body, basically. Still though, like, a lot of trash I seen on the walk was also from McDonald's, which the next McDonald's is 20 kilometers away. Oh, there we go, that round is over. And yeah, the Alkonost wins, not even having run out of materials. There's always the first for everything. So yeah, give it its point, and we shall move on to Kiwi against Bartini's carrier. Oh boy, here comes the swarm. So we've got Kiwi with the conga line, which just, there's so many things here to spawn. Yeah, the nearest McDonald's 20 kilometers away. There's so much litter from just McDonald's packages. Don't ask me how they get there. Why people bring it all the way there and just throw it out the window.
I don't know, might it be the wind?
I don't think the wind blows strong enough to carry things 20 kilometers away. Like, I know I'm in a very windy area. Wind is really strong here. But for one, it blows from the wrong direction. And on the other hand, like, it doesn't carry trash 20 kilometers.
Okay, maybe there's a McDonald's at like 50 kilometers in the right direction.
50 kilometers in the right direction, that's the North Sea right there. Unless they have one, like a McWalrus on the ship or something.
Okay, so you're giving us information to dox you?
Clearly, yes. I am within 50 kilometers of the North Sea. Find me. Matter of fact, send me a letter or something if you found out where I live. Now, what was the next battle? Right, Kiwi against Bartini. Bartini's carrier should be somewhere very well, all the way up here, yes. Don't have any spawn angles for those, I don't think. So, we go. Now then, here's Bartini's carrier, which already has taken quite a bleeding. Oh no, that was one of the planes that died. And, oh right, I forgot to spawn Kiwi in altitude. No brain moment. Spawn altitude. Apply to team. There we go. Turns out focus really isn't my strong suit right now. It isn't my strong suit normally, it really isn't when I'm ill. And it even less so is when I have... I mean, I only drank 2 beers. Also, Kiwi's cramp things are absolutely throwing by targeting the fucking plane. Why? Why would you do this to yourself? The APS ones can handle it. They'll handle it just fine, actually. Oh look, they're dealing with the flamer plane as well. This one got bodied. Bartini's carrier has taken minor damage. And I guess the flamer plane's hunting down the APS planes. Oh, this one's gone. This is a goner. That was one of the cram ones too, that's bad. Kiwi down 3 speakers. And I think this little wasp here is in the death circle. Rip. Bartini's carrier taking a bit more damage now. And retaliating quite well with its APS here. Well, it actually got that one down into the water, that's death. Wonder when the next set of cram shells is gonna come out.
So
Oh,
actually,
no,
surprisingly,
there will not be a next set of cram shells.
Bartini,
This is the last cram bomber.
surprisingly, Bartini's carrier is winning after the the speakers got like third.
Yeah, the speakers were doing really well last Newbie Rumble, but this time around, I mean, targeting kind of screwed them here. The first volley of those cram speakers, I keep calling them planes. They're not planes, they're speakers. But they targeted the planes. That was really unfortunate for Kiwi here. Had they not done that, there might have been a chance for them to win. But alas.
Yeah. Especially since the propellers are both critical pieces. Oh no, it does have redundancy, but not a lot.
Yeah, it's got some redundancy, I do think, but it definitely could have taken a lot of damage from those cram shells. They could have killed the guns. Because these guns here, they definitely hurt. At least the plane, the speakers. Again, I go calling them planes. They fly, they are not planes, they are speakers. And here they go again, killing another. There's some EMP in that as well. Which... Oh, I think they downed the flamer plane at least. So that's a small win. But you gotta take what you can get here. And these two, I think, they're just locked in a permanent death spiral. Yeah, this thing gets shot at a lot here right now. I think its guns aren't even aiming anymore. I think neither of those two are. Maybe they're just reloading, but I think that's not gonna be the case. They may be cooked. And I think the wasp is finally despawning, so that leaves the last speaker to finally join this circle jerk battle. It really is just some circling right here. Peak cinema. If it keeps on going like this, I can continue yapping. Turns out 2 beers actually make me capable of having a conversation. And no, I am absolutely not an alcoholic. Alcohol is bad. At least I'm aware of it as well.
Like, do you always drink alcohol before Newbie Rumble?
No.
Because here you can certainly talk.
No, I definitely don't drink before every Newbie Rumble. It's just... Usually, during normal social interactions, I am not good at just randomly talking about things. Whenever I try to talk about something, I forget whatever I was about to talk about. I think I've talked about that in the London Newbie Rumble video. But yeah, also, the little table with the miniatures is still here. Lovely. It survived the battle. Now this little speaker is picking away at the flight deck, but it's not gonna do anything big here, I think. The AVS guns have gone on reload again, after killing only one of the speakers, the remaining ones. So who knows, maybe... It's not like Kiwi has a chance here. She's down to... I'm sorry, Kiwi. She's down to 21%.
I mean, I wouldn't say that she doesn't have a chance. The propellers... Like, if it loses even one propeller, it might just come down.
Yeah, it could happen, yes. It definitely could. But material-wise,
is
the
this
carrier is definitely still fine for the
an
last...
hydrofoil?
It is a hydrofoil, yes, I do think.
I believe she will win.
It's also a lot of alloy though, so... I'm not sure it's gonna sink here. There's some hydrofoils in it surely, but... It's also a lot of alloy. I don't think it'll sink outright if it loses propulsion in total. You really just need an AI snipe if you wanted to win this fight here. But AI snipes are so very unlikely, no way that's gonna happen.
I mean, we have gotten
I think this
quite a
turret
few
got
over.
sniped actually. Speaking of unlikely. Yeah, it's not shooting. I think it's gotten nailed by something. But yeah, that's the one lucky shot of the battle out. Ain't no way it happens again. Oh, look at that. Those bullets.
The Bartini carrier is so strong that it has managed to resist the caster card.
It's still got 2 minutes to go, 2 minutes and 40 seconds. But I honestly think it won't sink from losing all propellers. Yeah. I really doubt it'll lose this one at this point. It's probably going to take out this speaker here sooner rather than later. Even if it doesn't, it's not shooting, so... Like, I think this speaker is already kind of taken out.
It's barely hitting though.
Yeah. And like, this little speaker is... I don't know, it doesn't have the damage to go to an AI, I don't think. It's spreading it out too much. Yeah, like it's hitting here and there and everywhere. It's stripping away the outer layer, sure, but the AI is more protected than that. Like, this is an engine. AI is probably somewhere in the back here. If I had to guess. Off of my ancient memory.
Do y'all have my voice?
Yes, we can hear you right now. Oh yeah, it's somewhere, but this is you. Huh. Well, that's the AI is not gonna die. Well, fortunately, the cuffs haven't been too bad this time around, which I'm very happy to have that not be the issue here. Also very helpful for classes tomorrow, of course. I don't want to annoy my classmates with my permanent coughing. That's just like, for one, it's a risk of infecting others, of course. I really don't want to do that. I also don't want to miss exams still, which is why I'd go anyways, but...
You could wear a mask.
I could, but... You know, at this point the cough isn't that bad, and... It's probably fine. Even if it isn't, I'm gonna be real. The cough probably came from school to begin with. If they haven't caught it by now, they are probably immune enough to it. And there we go, it finally killed the last two speakers. With
Wow.
8 seconds remaining on the clock. Now, do we do one more?
I was saying that the Bartini carrier
Isn't mine?
also had damage to the props.
Yeah, I think we'll do one. Yeah, we'll do one.
Is it my fight?
Yes, it is you against Gmodism.
Yeah. Oh.
Now then, see how that goes. Throw all these blueprints out. The void. I need to give it its spawn angle in a second. Let me just...
Thank you.
Give it this here as its opponent.
Oh.
Now then, the spawn angle was 30 degrees.
Let's see. Is the death facing the right way?
It's been facing the right way last time. Yep, there it is. Look good. Now, last time, these drones have been very helpful in distracting the enemy, if anything.
By the way, in Gmodism's tournament, there has been a call for an anti-air system. So
An
I'm
anti-air
guessing.
system.
So I'm guessing he's finding the ones he has lacking.
No.
I mean, I can't really serve
No.
with AA systems. I build AA cannons, they are not AA systems. Okay, one of the drones has been murked apparently, in cold blood. But there's still two going. None of that's getting eaten by the shields though. So far, the Void is in the lead by 3%. But as the cruisers and the carriers spread out, still. Also, is this turret stuck? How? Oh, there it goes. Drive-by. Don't think we have a thumbnail with Gmodism's vehicles either yet, so... Hello, thumbnail attempt. Let's see. Now I've got two to choose from. Let's see which one I pick in the end. Of course, everybody watching the video will already know, oh, there goes that main turret. That just got nuked by a missile, I think. And is that GG's? That is GG's, yes.
Yep. Damn.
AI dead.
GG.
Quick one to finish it off. And yeah, we are at just about an hour, and I guess that'll be it for today's video. Hope everybody enjoyed the battles, and see you for the next round next week. Goodbye.